Tea time with Bodyslams.
Tall John, Big
be
John,
honest with you,
Latin John,
to be honest with
Latin
you,
heartthrob John,
Wait a minute,
Latin sex machine John.
pretty much I am the new age shockmaster. That's what I am.
Jump into my mouth, Brian. I'll eat you. He did bite him in the match. The Raging Crow, Justin Garcia. Jonathan Chavez. V. John Allen. Tea time with Bodyslams. A refined look at grappling.
What's up? It's Justin Garcia, the Raging Crow, and we are here with Tea Time with Bodyslams. I've got my tea, and I'm here to give you a refined look at grappling with my hosts, Jonathan Chavez and the John Allen.
Yes, quite. Would anyone care for a scone?
I would prefer a crumpet, thank you very much.
Bangers and mash, governor!
Well, that's fine. More for me then. Quite, yes.
All right, so, what are we here to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen?
You know what?
Gentlemen?
Sky's the limit and space is the place, so free for all. We can
Free
talk
for
about
all.
anything, yeah.
All right, well, I want to bring up one thing. We had Raw, right? And it was in Chicago, right? So
Yep.
guess who was supposed to show up? No, he didn't show up. I'm sorry, guys. He didn't show up.
I don't think he was ever. I mean, granted, before he walked out, he was supposed to show up, of course. But it'd be like having Raw in San Diego without Rey Mysterio. But no, I don't think. I know Dave Meltzer came up short because he was assured that CM Punk would be there, and he wasn't. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, I was just joking. But yeah, I don't believe he was supposed to show up either. But I know that Chicago was pissed.
Yeah, he wasn't going to show up, and
Well, if he had, what would he have done?
he would have continued the hijack Raw hashtag. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I guess credit where credit's due. I mean, they went and they made it part of the show, which I guess if you're in the position of WWE, it was about all that they could do from their perspective, I suppose. Except, or they could have delivered a product that people didn't want to boo out of the building. But
It's just one of those things where if there was a thing, like a event that we could go to where the fans were united and we could all watch wrestling.
God, if only there was just some place.
I mean, I'm drawing a blank. I can't think of anything.
I mean, if only there was like I don't know, maybe by the end of this podcast, we'll have come up with a name or a website that people could look up online. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We'll try. We're grasping at straws here.
Facebook page, something, something.
But this Raw was
This Raw was very disappointing.
yeah.
They basically blew their load at the beginning of the night with two great matches, and then we had to suffer through everything else.
You still watched it.
Yeah.
Yep, we did. And I want to say one thing before we actually get to the matches on the card. We talked about this before. Guys, for those who actually go to these events, take your friends and your family and everyone in the row with you and just start throwing trash. Particularly when Triple H is in the ring. Just aim your nachos, aim your soda, throw your Thug Life t-shirt, just
No, it's
in
not
the ring.
it's not Thug Life anymore. It's hustle, loyalty, respect.
I just thought that there'd be kids who had their older brother's t-shirt. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but even if you do that, you're still helping them. I mean, I'm sure you guys saw the article that a mutual friend of ours posted on my Facebook wall today, right?
Oh yeah.
Where
We all
a
did.
former writer was talking about how they all the Smarks are doing is helping them. I mean, I get it. We want to wait around, and there's aspects of the show that we hope will come back or be fixed, and therefore we'll enjoy the product more. But it's funny how the most vocally dissatisfied fans are the ones that are almost guaranteed not to tune out. So they don't really care about them. I mean, shoot, case in point, we're doing a podcast right now reviewing the show. We're still, even though we're slamming aspects of it, we're still promoting their product.
Yeah, that's true.
So
God,
really,
we're
all
so
that can
bad
be,
at our job.
I know, but really, it's fine. But I mean, that's that's part of what we're here to do. Is kind of just talk on things and clown on things and all. And how are you gonna ignore the elephant in the room, which is the biggest company out there?
We bring it to the people, and the people. We like to believe that the people decide, but that's not always the case, especially with multi-million-dollar corporations. I mean, it's not like take the NBA for instance. It's not like just because the crowd cheers Kobe all the time that he's going to win constantly.
Right.
That's not how they do business, and that's not how WWE does business.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd be a little bit hypocritical if, for example, when the fans reacted the way they did at the Royal Rumble. I mean, I applauded them, and we all did.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, though, I mean, really all that's going to matter is if they lose money. And they lose money if you don't watch the show, if you don't buy a ticket. In fact, in a way, if they incite you that much more that you want to buy nachos to throw at them, that's even more money. In a way, it's like, shit, they might as well piss you off because that puts more in their bank account.
Bring your own nacho.
No.
Yeah.
That's when you bring in the little baggies of Cheerios and you chuck that at Triple H. It's not for the children anymore. You chuck it at
Cheerios
Triple
will
H.
stop him. Cheerios will beat up the former heavyweight champion. Good call, Jonathan.
Time to play the game.
I've taken chairs. I've taken thumbtacks. I wasn't ready for the Cheerios, you guys. There was honey and nuts.
Okay, I mean Fruit Loops.
What's next? Multigrain? I'm just one man, you guys.
Yeah,
I heard
maybe
some smarks on the internet.
Raisin Bran.
I
some
heard
Raisin
some
Bran.
smarks on the internet saying they're gonna chip in for frosted mini wheats. Those things are huge.
Oh, God. What next? What next? The inhumanity.
Yeah. You know the funniest story I ever heard on that? I remember, I don't know if I told you guys about this, but 2002, which was the height of Triple H's run as Wicked Bitch of the world title, was, there was, I don't know if it was lordsofpain.net or WrestleCrap or some site I used to read the message boards on back in the day, and they were talking about, there was some show where a fan was bragging about how he was bringing an entire uncooked turkey, and he was going to chuck that at Triple H.
Jesus.
And it was hilarious. He had this animated GIF of an uncooked, but, like defeathered and headless turkey, like walking, and it's like, he's coming for you, Triple H.
I don't know. They didn't send for the man, they sent for the poultry.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Do you want to know what the payoff was, though? Is that, as the story goes, I think Triple H actually had the night off that night. I think it was a house show or something. So he chucked, the kid chucked it at like one of the La Resistance guys. I think like Rene Dupré. So there's a flippin' turkey flies into the ring, and Renee's just sitting there like anybody else would be like, the fuck?
It's all about the turkey and how you throw it.
What happened to the gobbledygooker? Dear God Almighty, they killed him. My God.
Oh, Hector Guerrero.
He brought up the gobbledygooker. Oh, we're done.
Yeah.
Good night,
Yeah.
everybody.
He
There's
was
your
that one
episode.
Guerrero family member that did less than Chavo.
Oh.
Yeah, let's just stop the episode there. Hey, if pissing people off is good money.
But okay, let's actually talk about some of the highlights of this Raw.
Yes, Santino and Emma versus Fandango.
Okay, let's actually talk about a real highlight. Hall of Fame news. Hall of Fame news.
Yes.
Paul Bearer.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Good call.
Undertaker.
So
Good
he's
call.
in the Hall of Fame, guys. This is radical for me. Posthumously. Thank you, finally. How many do they normally do per Hall of Famers? Is it like a set number or?
I want to say at least 5, right?
Well, no. Last year, I remember the televised, Hall of Fame induction was about like
8 to
4.
10.
No, it was about 4 guys, but they always induct more.
Right.
Okay.
The year Coco Beware and Abdullah the Butcher got inducted, there was a lot of guys on that card.
Right. Because there was also
Ron
was it
Simmons,
Superstar Billy Graham, I believe.
No, that not Superstar.
Whatever. Fuck you.
Anyways.
Anyway, so there's gonna be more people, but so far I really like this Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like so far who they've got.
they got Lita, they got Jake the Snake, they got Paul Bearer, and of course,
The Ultimate Warrior! Load the spaceship with the rocket fuel! Fuel it with the wires of the warrior!
And the rumor that we addressed is that Scott Hall could be on that list coming up. I mean, my God, this is turning out to be one of the more funner star-studded Hall of Fames they've done maybe since 2005 when they put in Hulk Hogan and all his buddies.
Oh, God. Speaking of Hulk Hogan, one thing we need to bring up about WrestleMania coming up, which they hype as hell on the internet and Raw, he's hosting WrestleMania!
because WrestleMania's not complete with the guy who hasn't been there for 8 years.
Something like that.
I think it'll be fun. I mean, I was a what the hell do you call it? I guess it would be like a late in life Hulkamaniac growing up. So
I think we all were.
I felt like, when he left in 93, I thought it didn't seem right having WrestleMania 10. Like the big anniversaries of that event, he wasn't there. He wasn't there at WrestleMania 10. He wasn't there at WrestleMania 20. At least I don't remember him being there.
WrestleMania. I feel like he came out of WrestleMania 20, and that was when Eugene. No, that was like 21 or 22, wasn't it?
Yeah, because 19 was him and Vince. 20, I don't think he was there, and then 21 he came back, right?
Yeah, he came back.
that
That's
sounds
when it
about
was
right.
in L.A.
So to have him on 30, I think has a level of closure in a way, which is kind of nice, and adds a little bit of star power to a show that some are criticizing before it's even gotten out of the gate.
I don't know. It's just me. I'm not that big of a Hulkamaniac, at least not anymore. So it's one of those things where it's like Hulk Hogan is hosting this event. I really could care less.
Well, that's because you still got the bad taste of his TNA run in your mouth still.
Oh, God, do I ever. And that show he had about midget wrestling.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
Yeah,
that
there
was the
that.
thing.
And the sex tape. Thanks, Bubba the Love Sponge. I really needed to know that existed.
Wow.
Something tells me you watched it.
I didn't. I really
See,
didn't.
he's so passionate about this right now. It's got to be somewhere he watched it, and now he's like,
You
To be fair, I
acted-
watched the China sex tape, but not the Hulk Hogan one.
Yeah, no. There was one night you were just strolling the internet. Your only two options was that or Boku no Pico. You just had to choose one.
Oh, God, why you do this to me?
You're like, I've already
'Cause it's
watched
easy.
everything on Netflix. YouTube's boring me. Well, I got the Hulk Hogan sex tape. What can go wrong?
Oh, no.
So now, because you're so angry at Hulk Hogan for seeing his orange tanned wiener, now you have to pretend like you've hated him the whole time.
Well, oh, God.
How dare you?
Just that,
You
though.
hypocrite.
It's not just that, though.
Yeah.
The dude
Oh, it's
gets
exactly
weird.
that.
It's not. He's all
Yeah, it
weird
is.
and creepy. He rubbed oil
Hippomania
on his
running
daughter's
wild.
legs, and it was all weird.
Let's say one thing and do the other, brother. Hypocrite mania running wild.
Oh, yeah. So, your thoughts, John, Nathan? John,
Good
One of these
save.
days.
I saved it.
Could
I
you
saved it.
just stick to Latin, John?
Fine, fuck it.
Latin heart. I won't repeat the spot. Don't worry. I had my time to shine. Look, Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 30. Okay, but does it really add anything? Does it? Because to me, it really doesn't. What's he? He's gonna spout off a little bit before matches, maybe cut a promo, maybe do something at the Hall of Fame, but really it adds nothing to the mix. I'm not excited. I don't know anybody who is excited.
There is no pleasing you, Jonathan. I swear. I mean, I don't mean to cut you off, but I mean, if it was the opposite, if it was like Hulk Hogan coming out and beating up people and having a segment, I think that you would be complaining like, why is Hulk Hogan all over this show? He hasn't even been there in years. Here they're giving him a more relaxed schedule for the night, and you're like, well, what's the point?
I don't know. I'm not a fan, so it doesn't do anything for me.
No. Okay.
But
Fair enough.
That's so far. That's what WrestleMania is shaping up to be. Now let's go back to Raw.
Okay.
Let's see what some of the matches that we had on the card.
The Usos versus the New Age Outlaws.
And they won the title.
Good for them.
Yay.
I had a hunch that's where it was going anywhere, so yeah, not bad.
So wait, is Dusty and Cody, are they dead or like what happened there? Nobody know?
Anybody want to field that?
I don't. they're just gone.
Did anybody do their research this time?
I don't even
Tea
think
time with Bodyslams.
What's the rumor?
Honestly, the last time I saw them on TV was it was the Raw after Elimination Chamber, and they did a really cool 8-man tag alongside the Usos, and I believe it was Rey Mysterio and Kofi. Yeah, it was an okay match, but that was the last time I really saw them. I think WWE's not really doing with them at this moment. They probably will bring them back into the title hunt. Maybe have them versus the Usos at WrestleMania, which would be a hype match.
Yeah.
Both those teams work great matches.
Yeah,
both
absolutely. I'm just surprised that they're just like, poof, they're gone. Woo!
We'll
Bray
see.
Wyatt.
I mean,
We'll see.
I don't know. It just seems like with the great work rate they put in and how the fans were responding so much to them. Why? How could they? Oh, right. Never mind. Kind of forgot.
Oh
what I
wait,
was
we
talking
remembered
about.
who we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. We also had the Wyatts and the Shield.
Yes. For the second time, all three members of each faction going against each other.
Good storytelling from what I saw.
Oh yeah.
I loved it. It was a great match. And now, Seth Rollins is like, I ain't having this shit. You can go fuck yourselves. He leaves the match, leaves it to Roman Reigns and what's his face?
Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose.
Tea time with Bodyslams. Remember your name.
I'm sick. Leave me alone.
Sean
Anyway.
Brunstetter. I don't know.
So he leaves the match to those two. They lose the match, but it's still, you can see Shield's obviously going to be breaking up. I'm just wondering, will it happen pre-WrestleMania or post-WrestleMania?
My money's on post.
If you were to book it, this could be an interesting question. If you were booking it, what would you do?
Oh, I'd say I'd make it post-WrestleMania and have just the fallout of WrestleMania be really, 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 like, fucked up. Like, that team just throw in a match at WrestleMania because they're too busy fucking each other up in match to make a triple threat match and go for it.
I'm sorry, Justin, your time is up. Jonathan, same question.
Have them run in on John Cena versus the Wyatt family, fuck up both sides, and I guess have them break up after amicably.
You're both wrong. Drama equals tickets and ratings. Therefore, have the breakup at WrestleMania. I'm John Allen.
Isn't that what I just said?
Yes, but you didn't have the right inflection.
Okay. Okay.
You have to use more of a baritone. That helps.
Oh, okay, fine. Fuck it. I quit.
You're too much of a tenor. You have
Tea
to speak
time
like
with
this.
Bodyslams. It helps to warm up before the recording.
Yeah, it does. Well, that's why I'm drinking tea now.
Good job. Good job.
Lemon with honey really does wonders.
Working the gimmick, like it.
So that was fun. What else?
They had they had 2 matches that involved divas on the card. Woo!
Man, can I start off on this one?
Go for it.
All right. What is the name of the blonde who's teaming up with Santino now?
Emma.
The dancing Emma.
That's
You're
That's
just
different.
You're at a loss.
The look on your face is priceless.
I was I mean, whenever Santino comes out, you expect a certain level of silliness, but I mean, this was just like, all right, what the fuck are we doing here?
But yet it's getting traction, which really confuses me.
Did somebody throw something at her during her entrance? It looked like she was dancing, and then all of a sudden she goes to check her eye, and she's checking it for like what feels like a minute, then gives a little look to the camera like, oh well, it happens, and then goes right back to dancing. I'm like, wait a minute, what just happened?
I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe somebody in Chicago is just like, fuck this.
I
And
thought
This is
maybe like,
bullshit.
No,
I
he threw
thought
his
maybe
Fruit
one of her
Loops at it, man.
lashes fell or something like that, and I was just like, all right. And then I like her; she's definitely got spunk, and I like that she's trying different things in there. But it's how to put it? How would you guys describe?
This is bullshit.
I just
This
found it
is
like
bullshit.
like kind of like a little bit sloppy. I thought.
This is how I would put it. Learn to wrestle. Learn to wrestle.
No,
I
yeah.
mean-
I don't like she has heart Oh God, this match was fucking terrible. Like you've got.
It really does show she wants to be there. She's at least having fun with this, but she can't sell a clothesline. You can't sell an Irish whip.
Yeah, it's like you could barely do the basics. Get the fuck out of the ring.
I remember there was a spot, there was like a flying body press, and her opponent was seated in the corner, and I just remember thinking like, ow, you know?
Yeah, that was actually the only other good spot in there aside from the finish. And even then, she kind of ruined the bridge on that. But still,
I don't think she ruined it. I mean, it wasn't as crisp as it could have been, but it was definitely, yeah, I know what you're talking about. And I was kind of like, okay.
Yeah, the girl obviously wants to be there. And you know what? As long as you're having fun and there's a diva who actually wants to be there and wants to entertain the fans,
yeah,
I'm behind it because half the time they look depressed.
Well, I mean, is the key word entertain.
Wouldn't you? I mean, you want to talk about a glass ceiling on the male competitor side of things. Shoot.
Oh, the divas don't have a fucking chance.
Right. You know, I mean, if you ain't the Bellas, they could kind of care a little bit less, like it seems, at times.
Yeah, and speaking of the Bellas, although, wait, before we go to the Bellas, I have a question. We were talking about this, Jonathan. What happened to Fandango? I thought he was getting like a super push when he beat Jericho.
Oh, that's so 2013, Justin.
Did he just like piss off Triple H too with his own movement?
That was a fun thing. I used to prank call people, and if I got their voicemail, I would just play that song because it would get stuck in your head.
It does. It really does.
It really does.
It's infectious.
Not in a good way. My guess is, let's be honest, that match against Jericho tried to carry him as much as he could, but that dude he couldn't work the spots.
What?
I don't know. I thought he did fine.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought he put on a hell of a match. I just wondered, like, the only thing I would say is, how long are they going to keep him in this gimmick? Disco Inferno, but Latin.
Well, where can you go with it at this point? You can't have him come out all of a sudden and be a badass. I say let him continue to embrace it. The problem is that the fad is over because once WWE embraced the fad, it kind of killed it. Where they had it like, you know, they put the da-da-da-da-da on his entrance video, encouraging people to keep it up. But it's like, no, now it's not funny. We were doing it to troll you, and now, you know, it's like it's not funny if you're in on the joke.
Right. And that seems to be
it's
the
like,
relationship between the fans and WWE as a whole.
Yeah, it's like, you know, all the fans were playing Pokemon cards in their basement, and they thought it was so cool and anti-authority because their parents didn't like it. Then one moment, Dad comes down to the basement and says, "Hey, can I play too? I don't really want to. Let's go outside, you guys. Let's play baseball."
Pokemon's for nerds.
Like, hey, I got a telescope. Let's look at the stars.
Yeah, I love that I just tried to do an analogy and equated Pokemon as being anti-establishment. Good job, John Allen.
Way to go. But, yeah, that was weird. But back to the Bellas. It was the Bellas versus Oksana and
Alicia
Fox.
Fox.
There we go. That woman who, I wish she would just be fired or quit or something.
You know what's hilarious? I haven't seen her do the scissor kick in quite some time.
Right, but like her and Oksana as a team, those two have injured more divas than any other diva I've seen like in this recent group. They've injured more and more people than I care to count. It's getting a little ridiculous.
Is that confirmed?
Yes, that girl, who was it? Naomi. She actually got injured by Oksana.
Yeah, she Oksana cracked her orbital bone. It's going to cost her some surgery time, and also, it really did end whatever heat she had going, because she was actually getting a push to get the women's championship from AJ, and that just kind of fizzled out.
Well, that's a shame.
It is.
So it's like, at a certain point, you're injuring so many other superstars, or in this case, divas or whatever, that you're on the same warpath as, what's that dude's name from back in the day, that black guy?
Ahmed
Johnson, yeah.
Although I have to tell you, Justin, I didn't see a black guy. I just saw a guy.
Justin,
Racist.
you want to tell us something?
What? I'm black too.
Your roots reach into the South right
You
there, buddy.
racist Hulk Hogan porno watching Chris Benoit worshipping asshole.
Yes.
You go to hell and you die.
He mentioned it.
Wait a minute. I want to bring up something.
Wait a
Now,
minute.
Wait a minute. I want to bring up something. This podcast and the last one, I did not bring it up. He brought it up. You heard it, people. I didn't do it.
Mother, father, pardon me for having continuity and remembering the past.
Well,
now we got to get. Can't you just get beyond Thunderdome, John?
I
Can't you just
cannot.
Get beyond?
I cannot. I thought I was very clear in the letter I sent you that is not happening.
Okay. So that's me, I guess, now. All right.
It was a good letter. I spent a lot of time, and I don't even know if you read it.
did you read it?
Nope.
Also,
ass.
and I know you're going to say a bunch of crap like, it doesn't exist, and John, you're just doing an improv bit. But you know what? That's aside from the point. Go to hell.
Oh, God. I really want to know how I would milk that gimmick at WWE, being a racist, Hulk Hogan porno-watching, Chris Benoit worshipping asshole.
I think it'd be great.
I'd sign up for it.
Let's have Brock Lesnar
I'd
squash
buy
you a
that
bit.
for $1.
I just come out and be like, we the Benoit.
I'd love trying to see, let's say they put you with Heyman, and even though he can spin gold out of anything, I don't know how that would work. Like, ladies and gentlemen, my client, the Raging Crow, watched that porno because...
He's racist.
Because... Hold on, Justin, I don't really know where we're going with this one.
So you mean to tell me that he'd do me exactly like he did Curtis Axel?
Maybe.
Well, this
Well,
is
if you
your
want Paul
moment.
Heyman to do you.
Man,
It's your moment.
You, Paul Heyman, sexual fantasizing, Hulk Hogan porno watching, murderer worshipping, racist, Carlito cosplaying bastard. You go to hell and you die.
yes.
Oh, God.
Well,
That was great.
no, okay, now we're done. Now we're fucking done.
Oh, fuck you. No, we're not.
If we could fit that on a t-shirt, I would print it tomorrow.
Dude, we can. We so can. There's called a front and a back.
Oh, yeah. To be, the ... to be continued.
Fans, I'm reaching out to you. Make the prototype. Make it happen.
Anyone out there who knows how to do shit on t-shirts, I swear to you, I will pay you money for
See
that
reverse-
shirt.
See reverse for completion of story. I don't know.
Wait. We all know that if Justin wears your merch, you're not going to win. So what happens when he wears his own merch?
I
Does
get
the world
superpowers.
explode?
How is he going to win anyway with a gimmick like that?
Oh, man. I'd win more than you think, but less than you'd hope.
The phone would be ringing off the hook like, hey, John, look, I don't know. I don't get the whole gimmick, but it's good. I mean, it's something's there.
Fuck the yes movement. We got this racist, murderer-worshipping Carlito cosplay.
And it's only going to get worse. You know you're going to do something else, like accidentally. Like you're accidentally going to like ram a bicycle into a mailbox or some crap like that. So the shirt's just going to get longer every month.
Pretty much, I am the new age shockmaster. That's what I am now.
Oh, I love it. That in and of itself, that's a soundbite. Go back and remember when you edit this. I am the new age shockmaster. That's your intro now.
I am the new age shockmaster. I got it. Okay. Did we talk about the Bellas match or didn't we?
I don't think we have to now.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. This is going to be a short episode today.
Oh, God, that was great. Oh.
I guess we could, anybody want to talk about the two or three big promos of the night?
Let's see. Christian attacking Sheamus. Wait, that wasn't a promo.
Well, I'm talking like, in my view, the opening promo, Paul Heyman. Let's see. Somebody finally addressed, Punk not being there anymore.
Yeah.
Another one would have to be Cena doing a promo, and then of course some of the loudest boos I ever heard with the Daniel Bryan segment.
Well, let's stick with the Paul Heyman one first. It was very obvious from the get-go that he was clearly talking about Brock. Anyone who was shocked by that, guys,
You're not that smarky. I'm just gonna let you know that.
You're really not. I thought it was a very interesting promo, although I'm still not digging the fact that it's going to be Brock and Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Well, but didn't he come out to Cult of Personality to swerve the fans?
He did. He totally did to swerve the fans, and it was great. But here's the thing about it. When I watched it, I was literally like, it's not happening. I had no faith that CM Punk was coming back that night.
Right.
So I was just like, all right, where's the troll? Come on, bring it out. Oh, it's Paulie. Okay, I'll watch now. I like Paulie.
What was it? It was last year. It was the guys that were the new Three Stooges. They're promoting their movie, and Hulk Hogan's music plays. I'm just like, no, you're not tricking me with this, guys. Come on. It was basically the same thing because I know good and damn well CM Punk's not showing up.
What I liked about it was, I mean, he was right about a number of things, but at a certain point, he couldn't really go into business for himself. So I saw it coming, because I know the tricks now about being a bad guy manager and cutting heel promos. Eventually, he's a heel. His job is to be a heel. I'm like, it's coming. He's gonna turn this on the fans at some point. So he's like, the reason CM Punk isn't here is because of each, there it is, and every one, say it, of you.
Yep, there it is. It's great, though. It's great.
No, I mean, he's I would say the best in the biz as far as what he does right now and talking. And I look up to him so much for stuff that I attempt in that same ballpark. And then Cena, he had his where it's like, okay, cool, a little glimmer of hope. They're finally addressing that the fans want change. But then, nope, it all just turns into, the change goes through me. Like, I know you want change, but I'm not going anywhere. And Bray Wyatt, I'm like, fudge. Now we're back to a regular thing. So, and then so he builds up all that momentum, saying, hey, I'm addressing what the fans have the problem with, but then it just turns into, it goes from being a shoot back into a boring, repetitive thing about, like, how to put it. How was I putting it a second ago? Like, hey, I get it, you guys want change, but no, I'm not going anywhere. And Bray Wyatt, I'm coming for you. And it's just, God, teasing us that they're finally gonna listen to the fans, but nope, no. He basically contradicted himself in that promo. He's like, hey, I get it that you want change. And the change is, I'm gonna be in the main event.
And then you leave to give Bray Wyatt the chance to spin promo gold because that dude spins promo gold.
Yeah, this Husky Harris is kind of born for this role. Like, he wasn't doing anything when he was part of the Nexus, and then he comes back with this great gimmick. He loses some weight, grows out his beard. The guy's spinning gold now. I don't know what he did in that time he was off the main roster, but Christ, it worked for him.
Watching his promos, especially in that lighting, it just reminds me of, like, the acting, is especially for a wrestling promo, is so good that it's like I'm watching The Walking Dead. There's shades of The Governor. Like, here's this cult leader with a southern accent who's dangerous and crazy as all hell.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the gimmick. I hope they run with it for a while. I really do.
Yep.
And the other promo, Daniel Bryan, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon. Boy, I love the crowd here just for the fact that it's deafening. It's fucking deafening. So I can only imagine how loud it is in ring.
Right. The loudest heel pop I think I ever heard, where they just every bit of my audio receptors in my ears were just awash with boos. I remember 2008, I think, the height of Vicky Guerrero's heel run.
Oh wow!
And I was at a SmackDown show at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, and my God, were they hating her? And I gotta wonder, as watching it on TV, you don't get the full effect of that sometimes.
No.
So, like, to hear it as loud as it was on TV, my God, to have been there live, I gotta wonder just how deafening it was.
Plus, they can also turn down the audio for, like, TV and shit. So, we'd never get the full brunt of how loud it is. We can only assume. But, yeah, at that moment in Chicago, it must have been literally deafening.
Yeah. Well, it looks like, it's... We'll see. I mean, I imagine the match will be good. for what it's worth.
Yeah, but the crowd didn't even seem hype about it. Like, there was moments where, like, it didn't seem that they wanted to see Daniel Bryan and Triple H match up, and to be honest, neither do I.
Even when Bryan was on the ramp walking away, whose name are they chanting?
CM Punk.
Exactly. But, that's what they're left with, and despite the specter of CM Punk's leaving, I mean, it's probably makes just as much sense, if not more, to have this feud against the Authority culminate with D-Bry versus Triple H.
Right. But it's just like, guys, the fans want him in the title run.
Yeah,
This is
no, you're
what they
right.
want.
Yeah, it's very bittersweet. It's extremely bittersweet. And with Bautista and Orton,
Which I'm
God,
glad is
who's-
catching on. Bautista, I am glad is catching on.
yeah, I mean, who's the face in that equation?
Like, I was bringing that up because
Yeah,
when we were
Justin,
watching that,
Yeah, me and you were talking about this.
I don't know who's supposed to be on whose side at all. Like, Randy Orton gets mad because Batista throws Daniel Bryan into him, and it's like, okay, I could see that. But then Batista bombs Daniel Bryan at the end of it, and I'm just like, so who's against who and who's for who? This is really dumb.
What town is WrestleMania in again this year?
Oh, man. Research, guys. Research. That thing we don't do. I don't know.
Because if it's
T-Town
in
with
a,
Bodyslam.
if it's in a smarky kind of town, and Jonathan, I'm gonna vamp a bit so you can look that up. My concern for them is that it could very well be Goldberg versus Lesnar all over again.
Woohoo! I'm so hyped for that. This is
Well,
gonna be rad.
I just mean as far as the fans shitting on it and booing them both out of the building. So good luck telling a story of either person being good guy versus bad guy. I mean, they're both douchebags. Both, at least from a kayfabe standpoint. I don't claim to know either of them personally, but of course there's rumors and stories out there.
Right.
Just so we're clear, it's in New Orleans. It's in
Nolens.
New Orleans.
Interesting.
This could be an interesting crowd.
Yeah.
But those were the big promos, and that was the main event. I don't know how to feel because I don't know who I'm supposed to root for.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be a big problem for me.
Well, I guess you could always not buy the show.
Well, I didn't buy Elimination Chamber, so
That's true.
there's that.
You know what we could do is we could talk about something a little bit. Now it feels like we've kind of covered everything on Raw. We could actually cover something that's a little bit more positive.
How's that?
Well, I mean, I don't know off the top of my head here. Any shows either of us know about happening in
Well, there's that one company.
We were trying to think of a name for it.
Yeah. It's where fans unite against
That's
really bad wrestling.
It's coming to me. It's coming to me. It's It's Fans United Wrestling is having their first show in San Diego on March 14th called Skybox Mania. And I know for a fact that it's going to be a company that actually listens to its fans and gives them what they want, or at least strives to a lot more than certain companies that people have been having mixed feelings about. So I'm going to be announcing for that one. I'll be doing live commentary and ring introductions and doing my part, shall we say, to keep things running smoothly. It's going to feature matches such as the Nomad Damon Devine versus SoCal Crazy, Jacob the Riot Diaz versus Shady, making his return to wrestling after almost a year, Hudson Envy versus Kitana Vera, Dark Usagi versus a mystery opponent, a Lucha Libre tag team match featuring Toxic and Nightmare Azteca, and for the Nug Life Championship, TJ Boy versus Matt Twisted in a hardcore match.
Sounds like an awesome card.
I mean, I can't
You know,
wait for
and-
Matt Twisted versus TJ Boy myself.
Yeah, I actually do want to see that rematch because let's be
Part
real
2.
here. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, they got more time to work with, as I'm told by the authorities and the powers that be. So this will be fun. There's also going to be some other things going on that have the fans more involved. There's going to be a tattoo contest, an interactive dating game, chance to win some T-shirts and stuff, as this is their inaugural event. And anybody has any interest in checking out a show with a lot of good production values, compelling characters and storylines, and very solid work rate, should definitely check out the show that has been endorsed by numerous people at www.fansunitedwrestling.com.
Now, John, I don't know if everyone heard you. Can you say that one more time?
Oh, sure. You'll have to forgive me. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I said www.fansunitedwrestling.com.
That's radical.
That's right, folks. You got to look up FU Wrestling.
Yep. And if you don't, we just got 2 letters for you. F you. You guys didn't join me on that.
No. I don't say John Cena's old moves, man. Sorry.
You bastards. Just say F you and then edit it later, you monsters.
I'll edit it to attitude adjustment. All right. But yeah, no, this is going to be a rad show. We're all going to be there. We're going to be in the house, the tea times with the Bodyslams crew.
Yep.
So, yeah, if you want to join us for a lousy talk, we could talk wrestling, talk shop. We could watch an awesome show. I could give you my new shirt that I'll have about all my gimmicks. It'll be great. It'll be great. It's going to be hype.
It's beer and wrestling, man. I mean, what can go wrong?
It's beer, wrestling, maybe a little bit of nachos. Just don't throw these because we're guaranteed a good show.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There will be no Bautistas in the building, I promise you.
No. And we'll try not to have it too late because we all know that a certain someone has to get home and watch the Hulk Hogan sex tape again. But the fans will get their money's worth on this one. I guarantee it.
Now, John, you got
Hulk
that
Hogan
wrong.
sex tape. Speaking of Hulk Hogan sex tape, did anybody see the China sex tape where she banged Hulk Hogan?
What?
It's the China sex tape where she fucks a bunch of dudes dressed as wrestlers.
What?
Yeah, and it's Hulk
You know what's a good way to ruin a great commercial is after you plug and pitch a great product, you talk about like a D-level sex tape. I think there's a reason that Coca-Cola and Pepsi don't do that.
Do they?
Now,
You're speechless, Jonathan. You're speechless.
I got nothing. And apparently neither do you, aside from that Hulk Hogan sex tape and the Chris Benoit
Boom, and
theme
we're
song.
back. And we're back. He brought it back around.
Okay, I guess I guess we're done.
All right.
Anything else you guys want to plug this week?
I've made it into the 3rd round of the I Think I'm Funnier Than comedy contest from Nug Life Productions. But by the time people hear this, who knows if I'll have made it to round 4. So I guess just wish me luck in my future endeavors. Which doesn't mean I'm fired. It just means like, hey, subscribe on Twitter and Facebook.
All right. Well, we'll all check that out. It looks like I don't think any of us have anything to promo. What's your Twitter and Facebook? Go.
At King John Allen, KingJohnAllen. Facebook, you can find all the links to the various social medias at johnallencomedy.com. And more importantly, you can find a lot of great info on all the talent of Fans United Wrestling, once again at fansunitedwrestling.com. The show that's been endorsed by the voice of Ryu from Street Fighter, Kyle Hebert.
Sounds like it's going to be an awesome show. So,
Wreck-It Ralph.
keep tuned in next time on Tea Time with Bodyslams.
Later.
Have a refined evening, folks.
Yes.
Nice botch.
And buy his incredibly long T-shirt.
It's for sale.
It's going to go down to your ankles. That's how we're going to fit it all on there.
For the ladies, it'll be a dress.
Yeah. Later, guys.
Peace.
Bye.